Oh, hello again. I wanted to do a separate video showing one of our friends who captured some interesting craft. This is in the United Kingdom. They want to remain, anonymous. I don't blame them, and a lot of folks do. So don't be put off about sharing information. I can always share stuff that you catch or any intel you'd want to share anonymously. So this actually makes sense. I'm I'm glad they don't want to come forward. It's a good idea. So I'm going to pull this up. This is a screen share, Putzinger Advanced there. Share. Okay. All right. Ta-da. So here's the video. There's the craft, and is what I like about this video. And obviously you can't stage how these filming episodes happen, but it's always nice when you have something to have as a reference point. Like I said, you can't always have that, so it is what it is. But yeah, they had their arms full, and there was a craft, and it was low. And they're like, oh my God, it's how that happened. I've missed so many shots of really good stuff like flashers and everything. Patrick and I one night it was an amazing shot. This craft was low. I swore it was an airplane. I'm like, oh, that's an airplane, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't. It was a craft. It disappeared. Oh. So, it's what can you do? Um, but this is nice. Well, we're going to go back here on some of the footage. It's on Facebook when I slow it down, so you can kind of get a better idea. But it's nice. You get the building there. Let's play the intro again here. It's a nice one. So cool beans on that. And it's low. I mean, in what I've noticed when they're that low is that you might get attention. If it's not, legit, and legit in the sense that it's not like hasn't been given clearance to be that low. So it's a great video. Great stuff. So right after this, there were some military helicopters. Yeah, that's usually what some folks may get nervous about that because let me get up here then. My video. Um, if you get the military helicopters, and some folks may be thinking, oh my God, it's after me, but it's not, it's after them. So if they come too low, they'll get a military response. And this one did. So right after that, there was a helicopter. So what's nice about what would be nice is then and we don't think like this because when you capture these things, if there is a military, get out and capture that too. Obviously you won't have the video all in one, like that's all right. You get what you get, right? So another thing I wanted to bring up is as far as these visitors. So not only the videos that we get of UAP, post those. Like I always tell people, post them. Bring friends over if you want to go. That's always helpful as well. When you go out to do these videos, have friends with you so they corroboration. More than one person can see these things, which is nice. So have your own little CE5, whatever. So this I want to pull up. Let me do a screen share here. There it is. Nope, not advanced screens. Not that one. Okay. Yeah. Should. There we go. My computer can be a little slow sometimes. Pain in the butt. Well, that's all right. So this is the one from the 1950s with a UAP convention with Adamski. I think some other guys were there out in California. So, and I had mentioned this earlier, but I want to just bring up, actually, I had mentioned it in an earlier podcast, but I couldn't putz wouldn't find where I have so many pictures on my computer now. I don't know where these things are, but I just wanted to bring up, this one with Dolores Barrios. Like I said, Dolores Barrios is a fake name. It's not, it's, and the stories are oftentimes fake, but not necessarily because they do live amongst us. And integrate in society. So they have little jobs or what have you. So this is one of the gentlemen that was with her. And she said she was from Venus, and it's likely she was from Venus. I'm going to bring her picture up again. But these guys, I mean, this is exactly what, people ask, what would a visitor look like? This is exactly what they would look like. This could be one of our guys. I mean, I'm going to say, looking at the structure here of this guy's face, he's probably genetically a Hell or a mix of some Pleiadian. That's, looks legit to me. So next one here. This is what the two of them. This is the other fellow, same, you give him long hair, right? It changes but that's very likely this is what you would see. And they do look young like this. I mean, if they are young, but I mean, like I said, these guys could be 100 years old, 150, 200 years old. And that's what they would look like. So let's see. This is the one with Dolores. So this one here, zoom in. Oops, window. Zoom. In, not out, derp. They had done some analysis with her face, some folks, and it's very likely there's some very obvious peculiarities, they said, around her eyes. Certainly the size, for sure. Those are very similar to Ika's eyes, but he has a slight slant to his. And he doesn't wear eyeshadow or makeup like that. Maybe he should. But they said it looks like she has 3 tear ducts, which is, yeah, I can see that in this image here. This one doesn't show quite as strongly, but her nose is very wide. That's rather unusual. Not that they have unusual features, and she has a bone ridge right there, which isn't as obvious in this picture as some of the other ones, and I mean, I said the facial features of that man again are definitely look at Hell. So here you can see that better. Can zoom in. Window, there it is. Zoom, derp. The shadow there. So zoom in again. But yeah, you can do your own analysis. These pictures are available. I'll put her name, but they call her Dolores Barrios, and you can see the woman from Venus. So they didn't declare themselves Venusian at the meeting, but yeah, there's the but to make a long story short, that's what. Okay, finish. Here it is. Stop share. Yeah. In my opinion, and everybody can decide for themselves, but they definitely, they would pass, and the whole situation would also make sense where you have a woman with escorts. Again, that's something that was done that Bill Tompkins mentioned, and they don't generally, if they do, bring women down here, because they do, like I said, but there's oftentimes an escort, so that would be something to keep it. They might say, oh, it's a husband or a brother or something, but it isn't. It's just an escort. So yeah, that would not be surprising. That she is definitely what I would say would be, as a picture of someone that is a visitor. So they're all human, right? We were saying, it isn't about somebody's human, somebody's not human. They're all human, but different races. So yeah, pretty cool. So fun stuff. So I was so Ika has been around. He's been around most of the day. He wants to do a live where he discusses some stuff. So I said, all right, yeah, I can. We can definitely arrange for that. And I'll post when when we have time for that. And I'm actually, he's free. I'm free. It's maybe tomorrow night because then we have New Year's. That's a possibility. So I'll put that in the post when if we do decide to go live. Another thing I'm going to talk about is it would be nice to have now that New Year's rolling around to if folks would like to schedule a private Zoom where we get a group of people together and we work on telepathy and Ika shows up and whoever else wants to show up, who's ever free, Samyasi or whatever, and we work on telepathy as a group. That would be kind of interesting. It won't be filmed. It won't be put on my YouTube channel. It would just be a private Zoom where I give folks links and we get together and work on that. So that's something we can do as well. If you're interested in that, you can say something in the chat section, the comments, and also you can reach me and send me an email, not only on, I'll put in the description 2 ways to contact me. One would be through email, which is the growingupalien.com, and also through the Facebook page. I recommend folks join our Facebook page. I don't actually run the Facebook page. A friend decided to set one up, and yeah, you can go on there and chat with other. Oh, I want to keep it, like I said, where people can share information, where there's no gatekeeping or, you can't reach somebody and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, that's a great place to meet other people and chat. And also, you can send me emails, not emails, but message. You can send me messages on Facebook, and maybe we can get together and have a nice Zoom session where folks can troubleshoot, together and for each other and see what we can where we can go and what we can get for that. So be a lot of fun. I know Ika would enjoy that. He likes to meet with people. And like that was part of his life, as a merchant. Well, he's a salesman. Let's be clear. That's why make it fancy. He was a salesman, which means he's a bullshit artist, right? So yeah. Something to think about with the new year rolling by here, 2026. So hopefully, like I said, Louise is right, and 2026 actually is a lot more interesting than 2025, which 2025 was a complete dunce as far as I'm like, I don't know. People are like, wow, 2025 was wild. Like, well, again, it's a personal thing, I guess. I mean, to me, it was just, I mean, it was the same as every other year. So we'll see what 2026 brings or doesn't bring anyway. So, all right. As always, see you upstairs. If I can ever figure out how to turn this off.